see how big of a mess this is going to make. I almost feel like I should pinch this off somehow, but I don't have any hose clamp pliers. I'll just stick a bolt in it. Oop, she's a squirter. Yeah. Use some bolt system in those hoses. Alright. Got the extra fancy bolts. You're actually going to drain out of there now, aren't you? That's fine. So we lose a little bit of coolant. No big deal. Or a lot bit of coolant. My goodness. There we go. Oop, almost lost my ring. And just got the fuel line, which isn't under pressure, unlike the coolant lines. How in the heck was that not leaking before? My goodness. We will just shorten that guy up. Looks like it's a Gates safety stripe hose. Yeah, that's just splitting. Well, it's got all new fuel line going down to the pump, so maybe let's go from the filter up to the carburetor. You don't even need a bolt in you, but I'm going to stick one in you anyway. So nothing crawls in there. Not even going to clamp you. Okay. It's got the one vacuum line unhooked, two coolant lines, throttle. Oh, we got PCV. Ouch. There we go. Alright, let's put that back in here for now. Alright, now pop this carb off. These bolts are nice and loose. This one's hard to get to, but it's loose. Oops. Don't dent the hood. Oh, that was nice. Is that finger tight or am I just imagining things? Yeah. That one was like finger tight. Alright. Clean as can be. That looks nice and shiny down there. This is why we're replacing, taking the carburetor off. Looks like the base plate gasket's leaking, and this boot on the accelerator pump is torn. So I got a kit. I'm just gonna take the top off and replace what I need to. It runs fine, so just want to fix the leaks. Now I have a puddle of coolant in my intake. Awesome. Well, while I wait for the correct carburetor gaskets to come in, thanks O'Reilly's, although not really their fault, let's put this new Walmart speaker in. Nice 4x10 to fit the stock hole. Already got the connectors crimped on. So just doing simple stuff today while it's nice out, and be doing more stuff tomorrow when it's even nicer. I was trying to find a place to mount my auxiliary gauges. I think I just found the perfect spot. See those two screws under there? They're about 5 1/4 inches apart. You know what else is 5 1/4 inches apart? Those mounting holes. So guess where that's going? ashtray and lighter removed, so I can use this to power my power outlet that I want to put in down here somewhere. This I can hook to my gauge lights. Perfect. And these little guys will fit right up there because the holes line up perfect. Don't have to modify or drill any holes or nothing. I can remove it later if I need to, and no one will be the wiser that I had gauges in this car for a 3,000-mile trip to Utah and Colorado and back. That looks great. I like it. Now I just need to wire everything in. And 2 screws and it's removed, and I can put the ashtray back in. Nice. I like it. Worked out pretty good. All right. Oil line for the gauge, haphazardly routed down to where the factory oil sender was. That's not functional. And we're just going to put those adapters together on that line, get it plugged in, and have oil pressure gauge functionality, working things, you know, gauges. All right. Oil sender installed. Now we're on to the temperature sender, which I conveniently broke off. And pretty sure it's going to gush coolant. There's still a lot in here, and I haven't drained anything except for what was in the choke. But this time, I put a pan down there. I'm smart. And that was in there for a while. All right, let that drain, clean that up a little bit, and put the temperature sender in, which I conveniently covered in tape so I can push it through that grommet in the firewall. So I'll get that taken off, taped up with thread tape, and stuck in that hole down there so I can have a temp gauge with actual temperature readings, not just hot or cold lights. Well, while I was waiting for coolant to drain out of that hole so I could put the temperature sender in there, decided to change the thermostat because I got a 160-degree thermostat for it. So I took this housing off, and the hell is that? Does that look like a thermostat to anybody? I have never seen a thermostat that looks like that. If that's original 1964 thermostat style, someone let me know, I guess. I'm going to put what I got in there from O'Reilly. It's going to work, I guess. We'll see. Also, that gasket doesn't look like it exists anymore. So good thing I changed this out. Well, I got it out. I have never seen a thermostat like this before. Kind of has like a door on it that opens up when it gets hot enough. Kind of interesting. Never seen one like this. I'm sure most people that worked on these things have, because I'm sure this is original, but well, I'll hang on to it. It works. But I want to put a cooler thermostat in for the desert. It's getting cold out, so I'm going to probably call it here for today. Leave this open to the world and come back out here tomorrow. Put a new thermostat in. I might think about changing this hose. Probably do that. Slap that in before the new housing goes on. Temperature sender in, and then go inside and hook everything up to the gauges. Update. I got the new 160-degree thermostat in with a new bypass hose. The old one was disgusting and about ready to just explode or something. New clamps. Temperature senders in. Still don't have the carburetor gaskets, but they're coming. Onto this thing. I think it was time for a new one. So I got one, but that bolt don't want to come out. It's seized inside the alternator and goes all the way into the head. But I got that part out. It's just now seized where it doesn't want to, you know, come out of there. And I've been chiseling and hammering. So I'm going to do that for a little while longer before I give up and just cut that, and then cut a couple X's in there to relieve the tension and hopefully save the bolt. That's a long one, but yeah, this thing's trash anyway. But you know, sometimes violence is the answer. Well, I got a little more progress prying and beating and twisting on it, but as you can hear in the background, I'm done being nice. It's time to get that thing out of there. You know, it doesn't look half bad. Nah, that's out of there now. Whew, got some cleanup to do. Nasty in there. One wire alternator on, but that little boss down there is hitting on the bracket. That guy way down there. So I can't move it any farther in. So I'm gonna have to finagle this belt on. No problem. All right, alternator's bolted on. Belt is on and tight. That should be good. I'm gonna go in and get some dinner after I clean all this mess up that I got hanging out around here, including that old guy right there. And be back to this when I get the carburetor gaskets in this week, hopefully. And then just start putting this all back together, getting it to run and check for leaks in that temperature sender and oil pressure sender, especially the one inside the car. Don't know if I've showed that since I put it in. Oh, I got the gauge out. This is tight-ish. Temperature sender's run, of course. I just need to wire in the voltmeter and my 12-volt outlet to this thing, which I'm going to make kind of like a center console armrest cup holder deal to make my cruise a little more pleasurable. And I can mount the CB to it, my 12-volt outlets, and have a place to rest my arm instead of this big old giant bench seat here with no support. So until then, which will be very soon, because here's the next clip of me doing more stuff. Carburetor time. I'm going to say that's good enough. New impossible to find carburetor base gasket, thanks of Best Offer Counts LLC. New and used Buick parts. I'm hoping this is one of the new ones. I think that goes either way. Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Freshly re-gasketed carburetor. I poured some oil. I poured some gas down the vents, made sure the accelerator pump works, which it does. Where's that last hole? Try and start these by hand and get them through the gaskets. There, started by hand, but I don't want to mess up the gasket. There we go. Of course, this back corner one's going to be a butthole. Excuse my reach. There we go. Alright. Unnecessarily oversized ratchet. Alright, those Those are all snugged. Yep, I need that. Okay. Oh wait, bumpers. Okay, I actually don't have a shallow 1/2 inch. I do, but I know where it is. It's in my socket set that I took on poverty tour last year. I don't feel like breaking that thing down. Oh, they're gonna be impossible to get to. Yeah, coil's in the way. I'll put these up. That's why that one was loose, I bet. I think that was loose. Rewind the video and tell me. Yeah, I thought so. So let's just snug these 3 up because I got good access. And kind of somehow, yeah, that won't slip off and run off the bolt. Not at all. Perfect. New PCV hose. Probably should get a new fuel hose. I don't know where it went. These coolant hoses seem okay. Put those back up real quick. And you wanna, there we go. Okay. I think that's it. Everything's working as it should. Everything's set as it should be, except for the idle screws. Mixture screws? Whatever. You know what I mean. Okay, so I want to go under, down, over, and in, I guess. I can always change this later. We're going to hope and pray that that doesn't leak. Because why would it? That new gasket on the choke. And we're reusing all the old hose and clamps over here, which I'm sure is fine. They're not original, I can tell. May just be, you know, 20, 30 years old instead of 60 something. These geese, I know it's getting warm out, guys, but geez. Did you have to fly back north so soon? Razor blade not needed. I have an actual cutting tool. That looks good right there. That's gone forever. That still looks good. Just a little worn out on the one end. Alright. Clamp. Go back on. Fuel filter's falling down because now I have less hose than I had before. That's fine. Cut nice and crooked. Perfect. You are on all the way. Put you front and center. Yeah, you want this to bite right into the spark plug wires. That's what you want. We're going to be redoing these anyway. I don't think they're run properly. They're all crossed over each other. I'm kind of a neat freak, so I want it to be proper and clean and nice. Not dangling on the control arm or crossing over each other just to get to the right cylinder, which is probably the wrong wire anyway. Okay. Tight, tight, tight. Connected. I have to get the battery and see if it'll crank. Put that back where it was. All right. Oh, almost lost the bolt. All right. Let's see if this 9-year-old battery can survive cranking until I have fuel and oil pressure. Well, it's disconnected. Watching that for leaks. Watching that for leaks. Those two guys. All of you. You, and you down there. And, not to mention, oil sender that goes into the car, to the back of the gauge. All right, we're watching you for leaks. Where's my key? There it is. I should have went in from the driver's side. I wasn't thinking. I just want to see if the dome light works. That way I know I got everything hooked up properly. Yep, dome light works. So the battery works. So everything's somewhat plugged in properly. All right. We're in park, right? See if she cranks. Okay. Nothing yet. Oh, up here, duh. No oil at the gauge yet. Let's check under the hood. See anything leaking down there? I don't see nothing. I can't see anything. There's no way. My finger down there, dry as a bone. Perfect. Everybody else up here playing nice. Okay. I'm sure we're getting fuel. Yep, fuel pumps are pumping. All right. Hoping that the bowls are sealing as they should. Bowls? Yeah. Sorry, it's a long day at work. Terminology fails me right now. Let's hope the bowls fill up and the floats cut off fuel. Let's crank it again, see if we get some oil pressure. Try not to get my wet shoes in the car because it is still kind of wet and snowy out here. You know it is melting. We have something. Or am I just imagining things? I'm imagining things. Okay. Well, still no oil at the gauge. What is your malfunction? You don't want to crank it for too long and overheat the starter. That's all dry. Can't worry about that. Do we need more crankage? Can we see if it fires up? I mean, I'm sure there's still oil in here, right? Oh yeah, plenty. Find the hole. There it is. Don't want that burning off on the manifold. Well, do we just hook up the coil and go for it? Then we have all the leaks all at once. Let's just crank it one more time. Third time's a charm, right? Isn't that how that thing goes? Ugh, no shoes on the carpet. All right. Show me some oil pressures. Hey, third time is the charm. $25 while cranking on that old ass oil. I'll take it. Oh, we are leaking a little bit though. You'll get a rag before it drips on the carpet. Should have had one with me. I always do. And there is a crescent wrench in there so I can tighten that nut up. Just a little leakage, not bad. Put you down while I tighten it up. Tripod engaged. All right. Oh boy, righty tighty, lefty loosey. While backwards. I don't want to tighten it up any more than that. That feels pretty insane as it is. Oh, we got movement. That's not good. You don't want that. I don't want to break this gauge either. Do I not have enough thread seal down there? Yeah, 'cause it's turning, so it's not tightening against the ferrule, but it's tight against the back of the gauge. It's still loose. Do I have the right ferrule in there? I didn't put the plastic one and the brass one are the same, from what I remember. Let's pull that apart and check and see if we have any thread tape on there. It looks like we do. Yeah. So the ferrule isn't plain nice. It's in the right way. I didn't put it in backwards. Oh, it's stuck on the line. Yeah, I did have a problem getting this through the firewall. I thought I muffed it up a little bit. So I wonder, this is just stuck here now. I have to get my tubing cutter out. Shorten this a little bit. Right, don't drip on the carpet, okay? Turn this damn ferrule to move. But you don't wanna. It'll spin. Okay. We might need some tools. This doesn't want to go back or forward. But hey, we have oil pressure, that's something. All right, want to get tools. Well, go big or go home, I guess. I don't have one of those dainty little small guys. All I got is this big Mondo dude. It works. Ta-da! Oh, that's gone now. Under the seats for the rest of its life. All right. Bent a little bit. You'll straighten yourself out, right? Yeah, this isn't enough thread sealant. Let's really goop it on, because that one sure it doesn't leak from anywhere, especially the parts where it wasn't leaking from before, because that wasn't the issue. That should be plenty. Turns that way, so I always forget how to put this stuff on. It's like opposite of the way it tightens, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as it's on there a little bit. See? All right. Now, make sure all of you bottom out here now. There we go. So that was the problem before, is that wasn't going all the way into the gauge. And let's do, see, like that. And then when I was tightening that on, tightening the nut, it was back, or it was bottoming out on the ferrule, not the threads of the gauge, which now are way too tight because somebody had to put 17 rounds of thread tape on it. So now, now it won't turn. So that should be just tight enough. Plastic aid, it's not get too tight. Come on over here and let's see if we still got oil pressure without any leaks this time. Fire in a hole. Good enough. Any wetness? None at all. Dry as the proverbial bone. See that? Nothing. Okay. So that can get put together. Temperature gauge. We'll see if that works next. And hook the coil wire up so we can see if that works. We need it to actually start and run and do things. Let me put this in the hole and go do the other things under the hood. All right, coil wire's back on. Everything's more or less the way it should be. Minus probably the alternator and a voltage regulator, but that's okay because we're testing something out here. Let's get it in on the driver's side this time. So now we have fuel hooked up. What shoes? Okay, we're just going to start right up. Now I haven't set this carb up, so it might be off a little bit. And she's cold. I had the hot light come on for a little while. That was weird. We got about 30 pounds of oil pressure, giving it a little juice. Yeah, we're gonna need to adjust in that carburetor a little bit. Well, it's running. Just gotta keep my foot in it to keep it running. You know what I didn't check? Go ahead and die if you want. You can keep running? Okay. I want to make sure that this is not being covered by the car cover. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, she's running great. At least she's idling. Kind of. Check the leaks. I'm going to bring that idle up a little bit. I took all my damn screwdrivers in the house. Look at that low idle, just humming along there. All right. You stay running. I gotta go check something. It said no more. I'm done. I'm going to die. Let me just bump up. Let's do a little bit of that. See what that does for us. Nothing? Worse? Oh, come on. Almost. How did it get worse? It's poor starter. Come on. Nope. All right, let's go the other way. She didn't like whatever I did. We're idling low though. Give you a little bit more on the mixtures. Just half a turn. All right. You need you to stay running so I can see if you're charging. What I brought that out for? Almost died. It's okay. Got snow in the car. Didn't want to do that. She doesn't want to stay running. Thought a little bit of fun to gas. Alright. Talk to me, Goose. What do you want here? A little more idle? Yeah? How's that do you? Let her warm up a little bit. See if we're charging. Let's see if that got her working. Oh yeah, 13.3, 13.4. Oh, I'm a genius. I didn't have to wire anything to the battery. It's just the stock wiring with the one wire to the back of the one wire alternator. Literally one wire. No idea what this is for. Gotta make sure all the accessories work now. But see if I can show you that we're charging here. Not that you don't believe me or something, but that's not gonna stay in there. How about down there? You stay in there? In there? Alright. Boop. Well, get on there. That's not quite in where it's supposed to be. I want you in there. You in there? Okay. How about that? There we go. 13.1. The old alternator that had a bad bearing was charging at like 12.5, 12.6. Not great. Kinds of noises, exhaust leaks, and whatever that whirring noise is. Water pump bearing? No, it sounds like it's coming back there like an air leak or something. Maybe it's the torque converter, transmission, something or other. I don't know. I'm no expert. All I know is we're dripping coolant. Thermostat hasn't opened yet. But so far, no leaks. Choke's not leaking where I put the new old hoses back on. New crossover. Not leaking. Thermostat sender for the gauge. Not leaking. That I can see. It's starting to get dark out. Fuel pump still pumping away. So we'll just run until the thermostat opens, I guess. I think the carburetor is pretty good. I mean, she's snappy, but we'll wait till she's warmed up fully. Don't need this no more. Just put that there. Safekeeping. How about you open up thermostat so don't lose all this coolant? Should use my little handy bucket thing. Oh, yeah, spray me with coolant, thanks. was. Not sure what that was. Water on the belt, maybe? Let's go check the temperature gauge. You still doing good back here? Yeah. Alright. Still nothing on temperature gauge. 25 pounds of oil pressure. We're definitely going to put some thicker oil in this thing. Oh, let's check the radio out. I haven't played with it since I put the new speaker in. Gotta find a station first.
And when you want to sell, in just 48 hours, the best local agents are competing on ready to be your agent with cash offers up front just to win your business.
Light check.
Hey, your listing is valuable.
That's
Don't
nice
give it
and
away.
bright. Jesus.
Make those agents earn it. Get paid.
Oh, lights all work. I'm not sure what that one ground wire is for. Are you burning out? Look at you. Is it a T3? That's a T3. Darn it.
March 24th and 25th, where almost everything in the store is on sale. Go to Runnings.com for more information and to find the store near you. Runnings, now with 90 locations, your local home, farm, and outdoor store.
Well, that still
Why does
works.
Progressive work hard for truckers? Because truckers unite the
Washer?
world. Truckers unite soccer
Still
moms and
nothing.
oranges. Truckers unite unbelievably scratchy carpets with 2-star hotels. Truckers unite capes with adults who watch too many wizard movies. But truckers can't do any of this if they're not.
Turn signals still work.
That's why Progressive has
Horn
over
still blows.
360 heavy truck claims reps to help you get back on the road fast.
Not sure what would that
In as little as 8 minutes.
ground wire would affect, except the bulb in here maybe.
Progressive Casualty.
Alright, that's enough of you. You work. That's good enough. Good enough for me. Still no temperature. Gotta hook up the voltmeter still. You're just leaking everywhere, aren't you? Oh goodness. Could you leak into the pan, please? At least that's the belt. Just being a little wet. Yeah, it's spraying coolant everywhere. Alright, here. Getting some temperature on that gauge finally. After spraying coolant everywhere. Still running 25 pounds of oil. And I put a 160 thermostat in there, so we'll see how high it gets. Still idling kind of choppy. Look into that. That might be a little low too. Yeah, we made a mess. Bolts are everywhere. And it's getting dark out. But no thermostat yet, so. Oh, that feels, I don't like how that feels. That feels really spongy. Definitely getting a new one of those. But it's gonna be a flex hose, sorry. That's all they sell for these things. And a lower hose because someone put a block heater or coolant heater in it. Cut it in half. They still make those for them. Definitely do one of those. But everything else looks good. We'll get a flashlight so you can see though. It's gonna get dark out here. Alright. Temperature check. 120-ish. See if the gauge agrees. No, it does not. Well, the sender's in the manifold. Maybe it's a little warmer in there. 140, yeah. 150. 160. That's about right. The sender's right there. Yeah, we're at 140. Okay, so we're in agreement. That one's kind of lazy, isn't it? Well, if we got a miss, which I think we do, if you look at that cylinder right there, what are we doing on this side? Maybe the first two cylinders just run cold. I mean, they are the first two cylinders. That one's down a little bit too. Oh, maybe not. Are we gonna open here or what? Still cold. Choke open, so that's good. A bunch of water all over the front of the motor because someone dumped water after they dumped coolant. Let's try and clean all that off. Now there's a mess under here, but we have to clean all this up anyway. So that ground must have been for just the dummy light, but it did come on with the ignition off, but the key rolled forward, so who knows. This is unhooked, so that's not measuring anything. This is empty now. Good old O'Reilly's 50-50 mix. That's just water, which I dumped everywhere. I don't see any leaks. Nothing. Yeah, she's dry as a bone where I was messing around with stuff. That exhaust leak is very annoying. I'll have to do something about that one of these days. Let's put her in a gear and see if she sputters and dies, because this seems like a very low idle. Hear more exhaust rattles back there. There's that rag I was looking for. Under the seat. Ooh, we're almost at thermostat opening temperature. Still got a good brake pedal. Yeah, it seems kind of low. I'm gonna raise it up a bit. Especially since the dome light just lit up the gas. Yeah, a little more. A little more idle would do it fine. Thermostat should be opening soon. Alright, what do you want here? Oh, other way. I can't see a frickin' thing. Is that water or is that gas? I think that's water, because I don't smell anything. There's just flinging water everywhere. My goodness. That sounds better. No? You want to go right there? Smooth it out quite a bit. We'll stick with that for now. Thermostat open yet? Nope. Come on. She's a 160. What do we have here? $142 on this side. Did you cool off or something? What are you doing? It should be nice and hot by now. Well, that's good though, she's running cool. I mean, it is cold outside. And only getting colder. Still missing a bit. Taillights are working. License lights working. Honkers are honking. Where are we at now? Right at 160 on the gauge. Much snappier than she used to be. She would have a stumble before. So I think I actually put this carburetor back together the right way. Why are you making noise now? Don't tell me that water pump that was rock solid when I tried to move it. No, that's coming from farther back. Right? Huh. I mean, the alternator bearing was bad. That was making the noise. Now we got something else going on, noise-wise. So after just a tiny bit of fiddling around, I got the voltmeter wired up to, I think, the radio. So it will shut off when I turn off the car. Right back to life. Temperature gauge is working. Oil pressure gauge is working. Definitely need some thicker oil in there. That's next on the list after the tires. And volts are working. So got all the gauges I need. Now, to put the dang new tires and wheels on and clean up this mess.